We got spiritual ninja Zoom meetings, rampant murders galore, and gullible blonde. What else could you ask for? Popcorn recap here, and we're meditating on a 1997 film Beverly HIlls Ninja, martial arts comedy. American Haru is raised by Japanese ninjas, but proves to be an absolute wreck, a bumbling idiot. He sets off alone on a journey to prove himself and must uncover a money counterfeiting scheme run by the shady Martin Tanley and save the beautiful Allison. In Japan, a chest washes up on an island inhabited by a secretive ninja clan. Why a lethal and supposedly secretive clan of ninjas are flipping around in broad daylight in full costume will forever remain a mystery. Believing their new loot baby to be the legendary foreign child becoming a powerful master, they raise the child as their own and name him Haru. They quickly realize the error of their ways. Failing to master ninja skills, portly Haru grows up clumsy and with the stealth of a cripple and silk socks on ice. He eats during training, is unable to fight, and knocks over a pot of boiling water during a ceremony. Sensei grows doubtful and asks Haru's adoptive brother Gobe one night what he honestly thinks. It's no surprise when Gobe admits to thinking Haru is a fool and an embarrassment. "You were the chosen one, Anakin!" During graduation, Sensei grants medallions to each of the scholars who are now allowed to become ninjas, except for Haru. "You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master." When the clan goes on a mission, Haru is made to stay back alone on their island to protect their village and temple. Despite not graduating, Haru remains dumbly cheerful. Left alone, he puts on the ninja garb for funsies, and gets a little too excited when an American woman named Sally Jones arrives at the temple. Ape brain go brrr. With the most American woman name you can think of, Sally Jones seeks assistance for a dangerous task. With Haru caught in a ninja suit ripped at the back, exposing his lilies, Haru goes along with a lie that he's a ninja and accepts her mission, smart as he's graceful. To impress her, he pretends he actually is a ninja. He attempts to demonstrate his incredible stealth by crashing through a wall. His clumsiness doesn't hold back, and he accidentally burns ancient scrolls and knocks down a shelf of urns containing the remains of beloved ninjas. Sally shows the extent of her gullibility when she witnesses all of this and believes he's a ninja, a true American blonde. She asks him to investigate her suspicious boyfriend, Martin, and provides his car's plate number. You'd think he'd share more than just a singular piece of information in an investigation. Haru, with the intelligence of a turnip, is somehow still able to track down Martin using this. Either this movie is an incredible pile of plot holes, or he's actually smarter than he lets on. I'm gonna go with the former. Sneaking in by boat, Haru overhears that Martin and his bodyguard Nobu are running a money counterfeiting business. Martin is disappointed, however, when he is only given the counterfeit plate model for only one side of the bill rather than both, and promptly shoots one of his assistants. The body lands into Haru's boat and he panics. The police see this and witness Haru row away, with a dead body in tow. When Haru returns, Sensei is angry and explains there is no woman named Sally Jones at her hotel, and the police now blame the ninja for the murder. Sensei tries to talk to Haru and says he believes Sally has framed them and Haru is only thinking with his short sword. But Haru protests, saying that something is wrong and he must save Sally Jones in Beverly Hills. To prove himself and the legend true, he leaves the village determined to save her. Oh, he's definitely thinking with his short sword. Haru says goodbye to everyone in his village, and Gobe admits to Sensei how he will miss Haru, but Sensei quickly shuts this down. He orders Gobe to follow Haru and become Haru's shadow for protection. Gobe begs not to be given this task, but is forced to comply. This should be easy, considering how large Haru's shadow is. Somehow, Haru successfully makes his journey out. Not familiar with the outside world, he's startled by the metal detector at the airport and attacks it, and unloads a comical amount of weapons from his robes. Of course, airport security doesn't give a crap, and he makes his flight anyway. Tracking Sally to her Beverly Hills hotel, he checks in with a bag of gold and he befriends his bellboy, Joey Washington. He gives him a crash course on numerous ninja lessons, including how to rip people's heads off. Beginner friendly. Wandering Beverly Hills, Haru, lacking both ninja intuition and normal intuition, attempts to find Sally by stopping every blonde he sees, including a man. Awkward. Gobe secretly finds him help Sally. Of course, horrified she's been followed, Sally tries to tell him to go away, but he explains her boyfriend's involvement in foul play. Dressed as a pimp, Haru waddles after Martin to a strip club in Little Tokyo. Martin meets up with a rival gang in the back rooms to try to buy back the counterfeiting plates. The meeting goes sour and Nobu protects Martin. With more men killed, Haru is seen again with the bodies and suspected as the murderer. Unable to think for himself, Haru seeks Sensei's help in locating Sally and Martin and goes on a spiritual Zoom meeting on an alignment plane. The painful, unfunny silliness of this is too high. Haru talks with Sensei, and I wish I was joking when I say Sensei simply tells him to use a phone book. Following Sensei's advice, Haru finds Sally sneaking around at Martin's mansion and discovers her real name is actually Allison Page. He confronts her for lying, pouting like a child. Allison explains to him Martin murdered her sister, and she's only faking her relationship with Martin to expose him using a fake name, and Haru forgives her, because, horny. Faking to be a chef for Martin at a sushi restaurant, he listens in on Martin's conversation that he'll be hiring an ink specialist, Chet Walters, to help counterfeit money. For a crime lord, you'd think he'd take more care to have meetings in more secure locations rather than a restaurant. Another gang attempt to murder Martin, however, and Haru gets caught in the crossfire. Allison saves him by pulling him out of the restaurant, which is idiotic because Martin is now confused by her appearance. Disguised as Walters, Haru infiltrates Martin's warehouse. In an unsurprising turn of events, he gets exposed when he fails to properly counterfeit the cash. What was he thinking? Oh right, he wasn't. The ham-fisted super ninja he is, Haru gets captured by Martin's men. While Martin succeeds in retrieving the other half of the plates from the rival gang, Allison helps in freeing Haru. Even the blonde is smarter than you. Except for when she stands in plain sight and gets kidnapped by Martin himself. Haru makes it out of the warehouse, but the police suddenly arrive to arrest Haru for his accused murder. Goode saves him again by removing Haru from the situation and gets himself arrested instead. Haru has done nothing himself this entire film. This overgrown toddler. Haru is oblivious to Goode's help still, even when Haru tries to locate Martin's warehouse with Joey. Goode sneaks in the car to drive them to the proper location, and Haru finally arrives to save Allison. Seriously, is there anything Haru has done himself besides scratch his ass? Plump Dumpling manages to tumble into the building, a miracle in itself. Haru is overwhelmed by guards as he steps in completely outnumbered. With no other way to save him, Goode finally reveals his presence and helps to fight them off, allowing Haru to save our favorite hostage, Allison. Haru finally finds Allison in a locked room and trapped with a bomb. Haru breaks into the wall and tries to defuse the bomb from outside, but only resets the timer, costing them 5 minutes. Thanks, asshole. The bomb only has 4 minutes left. Realizing Big Bro is overwhelmed and starting to lose his fight against the guards, Haru races to save Goode from an axe. Ninja rule number 1, bros before hoes. Suddenly, with no explanation whatsoever, he battles the guards and unleashes some actual good kung fu fighting. Goode is stunned, as is the audience by the lack of logic behind this movie. The lack of logic here is aplenty. It hurts my brain. Haru saves Goode. Joey tries to help them and crashes through a window trying to break in. He knocks himself and one of the guards unconscious. A little confused, but he's got the spirit. Nobu finally steps in to confront the warehouse intruders. Despite Nobu being a lethal bodyguard and murderer, the brothers defeat him quickly. This is more anticlimactic than a disappointing one-night stand. There will be no second viewing. When Martin arrives, he comes wielding a gun. Like a genius, Haru accidentally knocks Goode unconscious by dropping a sheave onto his head. Despite being known as an absolute failure of a ninja all his life, Haru deflects Martin's bullets perfectly and forces Martin to flee. Continuity? What's that? Remembering the useless blonde trapped with a bomb, Haru uses a large harpoon gun mounted on a cart to shoot through the walls of Allison's room. You'd think more than 4 minutes have passed now, but the bomb magically has not gone off yet. Film time always moves slower when there's explosives. Without even knowing, the harpoon lands directly on Martin's truck as he attempts to escape. In a spew of nonsense, the harpoon drags the bomb into Martin's truck and it explodes into flames. Haru rescues dove-brained Allison, and Martin and what's left of his men are arrested by LAPD. Back home, Haru informs Sensei that he will be moving to live in Beverly Hills with Allison. Awfully smart, giving up all your life and leaving your home to be with a woman you barely know. As Haru and Allison leave together for their new life, a grappling hook tied to a rope falls from their bus. Latching onto Goode's wheelchair, his wheelchair is dragged with him. He screams, and subsequently gets yeeted into the ocean. Responsible for putting his crippled brother in both a wheelchair and now the Pacific Ocean, our optimistic failure of a ninja, an intelligent human named Haru, shouts an apology, and they drive away.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.